another episode of Sincerely V. I am Vanessa Jan. The past few weeks I've had some amazing women here telling their stories, and today I have another incredible woman. But before we get into my guest, I have to thank my sponsors for making this season possible. Printex, Noella Hair, Bello Edu, So Aesthetics, and of course, Maestro Restaurant. My guest for today, she is a media practitioner, and her name is Nosisa Doe. Welcome, Nosisa Doe, to Sincerely V.
Thank you so much for having me.
I'm very, very honored to have you. You are, many people don't know you because you're behind the scenes when it comes to the TV world.
True.
You've worked also on the international market,
Yep.
as well as obviously locally. Let's start with your career on the international side. When did you start in the TV world?
I started in the TV world in 2001. I knew I wanted to be in television when I was 7 years old.
Oh,
actually.
wow.
When we were younger, when cartoons ended on TV and we wanted to go and play, my granddad would say, stay and listen to the news. And not knowing that one day I'll work with all those newscasters that I would watch as a child. And an opportunity came up for a front office executive at Zimbabwe Broadcasting Corporation.
Oh, wow, because you're from Zimbabwe?
Yeah, I'm from Zimbabwe.
Okay.
Staying here because I'm married to a Ghanaian now.
Okay.
But I decided to take that opportunity and get that job. Although I was overqualified, I decided to just get in there, and that's where it all started, really.
So that you can gain some experience.
Yes.
Okay.
I was at the reception area answering phone calls, you know, greeting guests, meeting
Right.
celebrities, and all that. But at the same time, I decided I want to produce.
Okay.
You know, so during lunchtime, I'd go and watch what the producers were doing. At the same time, I started studying for my diploma in journalism and mass communication.
Okay.
And with time, after about 7 years, I rose through the ranks. By the time I left Zimbabwe Broadcasting Corporation, I was the quality control and compliance officer of the station. Nothing could go on air without me watching it and approving of it.
Okay, because I want to touch back on you accepting the job, because I think a lot of young teenagers or people who want to be in the industry, they feel like, you know, I want to be a producer, so I'm just going to go straight and be a producer. They don't know that sometimes, most times, there is a ladder that you have to climb in order to get there.
It's true. It doesn't happen like magic. And I feel some of the best producers that I've had the opportunity to work with were individuals that started off as runners, people who started off as production assistants, people who knew how to script, people who were patient, who had those other attributes that you get from the house, not from the school. You know, people who listen very well. Those are the people that ended up being executive producers. Those are the people that ended up working internationally. Those were the people that I could confidently recommend internationally because I knew they could get the basics right, in production. So they can be trusted with senior positions.
Okay, so prior to you moving to Ghana, you said you worked in Zimbabwe. Where else have you gained some experience in your passion?
And my passion. Well, when I was at Zimbabwe Broadcasting Corporation, my general motto has always been that I always do more than what is expected of me in any position I'm given. So, like I mentioned earlier, I was a receptionist, started producing. I was a receptionist, started doing quality control for programs in my mother tongue. So when I was quality control and compliance officer, I also started working and the production team of live international cricket matches. So it was during the West Indies, Zimbabwe versus West Indies tour, that the production manager at the time asked me what I would like to do. And at the time I was studying Chinese because I was thinking I would love to live in Hong Kong. It's a beautiful place. But I was curious about Dubai. It looked like a flashy place, beautiful place. So I said, I wouldn't mind living in Dubai or Hong Kong. I'm single, I'm free, I can travel. So, and she said to me, you really would like Dubai? And I said, yeah. And then she said, give me your CV. You know, after a month or so, I got a phone call. Strangely enough, I resigned at Zimbabwe Broadcasting Corporation like on the 2nd of January.
Okay.
And on the 3rd of January, I got a phone call from Dubai saying, would you be interested?
Oh,
We don't have a
wow.
production job at the moment,
Right.
but we have a programming job because I did have a programming background at ZBC as
Right,
well.
okay.
So I took the opportunity knowing that I'll be handling programming.
Right.
And this is the biggest cricket broadcaster in the Asian region.
Okay.
So I knew I'd also continue in cricket production.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay, so you've worked in Dubai. You've
Yep.
worked in Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
You're now here in Ghana.
Yeah.
What is the difference when it comes to the TV world? Because there is a huge difference. Me being from New York, I see there's
lot
like,
of-
yeah.
yeah.
So what difference have you seen, positive and negative?
Positive, I like to focus on the positives. I love Ghana.
Okay.
It's become my home. The positives are that the TV workforce in Ghana is young.
Okay.
And because of that, I feel they can be molded
Okay.
into what the station would want them to be.
Okay.
Whereas at Zimbabwe Broadcasting Corporation, some of the people I supervised were working there the year I was born.
Wow.
And in Dubai, they were my age mates. And Dubai was hectic because I was handling, at some point, 7 stations, handling the programming of 7 stations viewed in the US and the Middle East. There's really not much time to chat and chit-chat and talk to people because everybody's busy.
Exactly.
But in Ghana, there's time to breathe.
Yeah. But do you feel like
There's time to breathe.
people are more relaxed when it comes to work ethics here? And I'll straight not only in the TV world, but
Yeah.
in general.
I feel people are relaxed, a bit too relaxed, if I may say so.
Yes.
Nobody should stab me.
They won't, don't worry.
I feel people are too relaxed, and sometimes I'm sure you would know, I would take time and I'd talk to individuals
Right.
at ETV to find out what their career plan was, because
Right.
I feel everything happens very slowly. Emails are responded to very slowly.
Yes.
Stuff is done very slowly, so it can get very frustrating.
Right.
And the workforces are bigger, whereas internationally, there are lesser people in companies now multitasking.
Right. Right.
But here, there's a lot of people, but you still don't see the speed,
Right.
even though there are many people. So I think that is something that could be looked at, because digitalization is
Coming
around the
very
corner.
soon, yeah.
We are coming from places that have already gone through digitalization.
Yes,
So
yes.
we know that it will lead to cutting down of numbers eventually of TV stations, because machines can take up a lot of the tasks.
Right.
So the question now is, are you ready
Right.
for that eventuality? What else have you been doing
Right.
that a machine can do?
Right.
So that's the issue
Okay.
I'm seeing in Ghana, really.
Okay, so we're going to take a quick break, and when we get back, we're going to discuss more about the TV world and, of course, get into Nosisa Do as a mom, a wife, and continue on as a career woman. You are tuned into Sincerely V, real women, real voices. Welcome back to Sincerely V. I'm having an interesting conversation with Nosisa Do, and now this is a topic that I'm always very passionate about, and I have to ask you, do you feel that women in the industry get the recognition they deserve?
Wow, that's a loaded question because we have to look at whether or not they have been grabbing the opportunities available.
Okay.
I know that there are very few opportunities too, but where it's been availed to them, I think they have been stepping up to the plate and they have been getting the recognition that they deserve.
Okay.
I feel Shirley Frimpong, so I
Yes.
totally admire her. I've not met her before.
Yeah.
I mean, there are women trailblazers in the country, in Ghana especially, and I think they are the ones who should then take it upon themselves to see other women
Right.
coming forward.
Right.
But there's so many women who are doing fantastic
Right.
jobs in the media.
Okay. And you being a woman in the industry, what struggles have you faced, both on the international market and locally?
On the international market, I have to say they really don't focus on are you a man or a woman.
I agree.
I worked on cricket productions where it was myself and the vision mixer was Evie, she's from Australia.
Right.
And the rest of the crew were 50 men. And you will carry your tripod, your camera, you'll carry your
Right.
stuff, you know. And we would work late. There's not been an incident where I felt like people felt sorry for me that I'm a woman, so you can go back to the hotel room.
Right.
No, if production needs to be done, if anything needs to be recorded, edited, and sent to Dubai that night before you go back to the hotel, you get it done.
Right.
So I never felt that. In Ghana, yes, I feel that there is a tendency.
Okay.
People may not realize it because it's probably cultural. People will tend to, for instance, if there's an issue between a woman and another woman in the workplace, it can be trivialized to mean it's, you know, a cat fight.
Right.
You know.
Right.
But
Which
if there's-
I've experienced myself.
you know.
So, yes.
So, and you're supposed to kiss and make up. But if it's work related and it has to be dealt with, and it should be dealt with the way a man would have dealt with it.
Right.
Because sometimes as women, I have to admit, we seem to struggle when it comes to submitting to another woman.
Yes.
Because I may not buy your stories of, you know, it's that time of the month. And
Right.
I don't have room
No,
for
because
that.
I go through
unless
that
if-
also, and you know.
unless if there's a serious medical condition that you have.
Right.
But, you know, and some ladies tend to use that a lot with the male bosses.
Yes.
So I feel that that's the only issue that I think women are sort of treated a bit less as lesser
I agree.
equals. And
I agree.
I don't know if it's an African thing, but it needs to change.
Yes. So you are a mom, you are a wife,
Yeah.
but there was a point in time in life when you struggled to expand your family. So I want you to briefly let our viewers know about that time.
Okay, when I was a teenager, I had some few gynecological issues.
Okay.
And I was told that, you know, I might have a problem conceiving. Before I got married, I told my boyfriend at the time that this was what I've been told, so, you
Right.
know, do you want to still get married? And he said yes.
Okay.
I moved to Dubai, was told more or less the same thing by different doctors. You know, they would throw different things at me. I'm too fat, I have to lose weight.
Oh, wow.
I have polycystic ovarian syndrome, or
What exactly is
cystic ovary syndrome.
Yes.
It's like, you know, you get the cyst on your ovaries, and instead of releasing an egg, they just don't burst.
Okay.
So there's no egg ever
Okay.
that comes out. But it was never really confirmed, you know, they'll throw these things, and very painful to hear.
Right.
Moved to Ghana. So after 4 years of marriage, still nothing was happening. So we came to Ghana, did a couple of tests, and the Ghanaian doctor said, you guys can actually have a child.
Oh, wow.
You need to be patient. And it was such a lovely surprise. And
Of
I was
course.
grateful that I'd moved to Ghana because finally good news.
Right.
And a year after that statement was made, you know, I found out after 3 months that I was pregnant. I found out at 3 months that I was pregnant, and we had our little girl on Africa Day,
Okay.
2014.
But prior to you, because now you have your baby girl.
Yeah.
She's how old?
1 year, 4 months.
1 year, 4 months.
Yeah.
Prior to that, you did suffer a miscarriage.
I think having the baby brought the realization that I was conceiving over the years,
Okay.
and I didn't realize what was going on, but my cycle would go maybe up to day 55. But I did suffer miscarriage. Even in January 2013, I had a miscarriage.
And for women who have gone through what you've gone through or are currently going through what you went through,
Yeah.
what advice would you give them? What support would you give them? Because it's not easy.
Yeah.
It's something, it's an emotional roller coaster.
Yeah.
So how would you advise them to be able to stay strong and stay positive and still have faith?
Well, that's the word. That's the key word, faith. You know, somebody gave me a book about called Supernatural Childbirth.
Okay.
I read that book front page to the back page for years.
Okay.
Even on the day I was delivering, I was still reading that book.
Right.
Because it's got a lot of confessions in it that when you do conceive, now you have to pray about miscarriages. When you finally get to term, you're now praying for a good labor.
Right.
You know, so you don't stop praying.
Okay.
And you don't stop having faith. And I think women need supportive partners.
Yes.
The one thing my husband always said was, "You're going to be a mom," you know. And I said, "Okay, let's do IVF." And he'll say, "I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. You're going to be a mom." So you need a supportive husband, a husband who's a friend.
Yes.
And a good support network, family, friends.
Right.
Yeah, and you need to stay strong. I mean, I came to the point of being jealous of my neighbor's dog.
Oh.
She was having puppies all the time. She's having puppies.
Right.
And I would say to God, and I'd cry, and I'd say, why?
Right.
Why? People are aborting every day. People are dumping babies.
Yes.
And I want to have a baby that I
Yes.
can keep, and you're not giving me one.
Right.
You know, what have I done wrong? Is there something that I need to repent
Right.
of? You know, it was a painful process, but I think when I came to Ghana and I was told that actually you can be a mom, I think the pain went away.
Of course. Of course.
Hope came in.
Okay.
And it was just a matter of praising God till I see the result of my prayers.
Right. And so you are a mom, like now we know.
Yeah.
You're a wife. You're
Yeah.
a career woman. How are you able to balance it all? Because I know there are people who are still young women who are like,
Yeah.
I want to have my career, but I also want to have my family.
Yeah.
But how am I going to be able to balance it all? How are you able to do it? Because I don't think everyone knows you do work with GMA.
Yeah.
You are, what's your title there?
I'm the head of business process improvement at Global Media Alliance.
Which is a heavy
Yeah.
title.
Yeah.
So how are you able to balance your life with your career and your baby and everything?
Wow. Yes, I have less time on my hands, honestly, for career related events and activities and outings because I have to go home earlier.
Right.
But you have to stay true to yourself as a woman. You don't lose who you are because you became somebody's wife and somebody's mother.
Right.
They have their own lives, so you have to stay true to who you are and strike a balance.
Okay.
I think me working and interacting with other people during the course of the day helps me become a better mom and a better wife.
Of course.
And, you're bringing food to the table.
Right.
So you're contributing to the growth of the family.
Right.
So I think you have to strike a balance. I feel that if you're ambitious and then you stop that to focus on baby and hubby, it's great, but I feel you still need to be true to who you are. If it makes you happy, fantastic.
Right.
But they have their own lives to live.
Right.
And,
Speaking of staying true to how you are, how have you been able to stay true to how you are? And I should say to who you are.
My faith, that keeps me grounded. Every day there's a storm, there's a challenge I face. And I think my knowing who I am in Christ Jesus has kept me grounded.
Okay.
I'm in a foreign land. I meet people of different cultures, and I must say I adapt very well. I've lived in different countries,
Right.
but it's not easy.
Okay.
It's totally different from back home,
Yes.
totally different from where I moved directly from. But I think I always remind myself, who am I in Christ? When somebody does something to me, I always say, but who am I in Christ?
Right.
It's not me you're talking to.
Right.
You're talking to my dad, and he's all powerful and all knowing and all seeing.
Yes.
So I try and stay focused on what I need to do and who I am, so that I'm not one day I'm this and one day
Right.
I'm that.
Okay.
I try to be consistent in who I am with everybody.
Right.
Yeah.
We're going to take a quick break, but I have to agree, consistency is one of the keys. Before we get into the break, check out Sincerely Printex. Really? Thank you, guys. You know it's all about Printex for any and every occasion, especially when it's my birthday. But guess what? For my viewers, if you want to recreate this amazing look by Jibby Couture, do so. But make sure to hashtag SincerelyV, at me on Twitter at Vanessa_Jan. To Printex?
To Printex!
Welcome back to Sincerely V. I am Vanessa Jan. We're about to wrap things up, but Nosisa, though, I know you have a few projects you're working on.
Yeah.
What's one of them?
I'm working on a project, a campaign called Tando Project. Tando means love.
Okay.
Basically trying to raise awareness about the Buruli ulcer disease in Ghana.
Ulcer disease.
Yeah,
And what exactly is that?
It's a disease that affects the skin, bone, and cartilage.
Oh, wow.
The mode of transmission is not known. It's found mostly in the forest areas of the country, so your Accra, Brongahafo, Ashanti regions. No one knows how you get it, but it's affecting a lot of people, and they stay in hospital for a long time. So I'm trying to get the kitchen refurbished at Amasaman, and I'm trying to get food and toiletries for the patients. So it's something that I'm passionate about.
Oh, wow. And you obviously are an inspiration in your own right with everything you're doing, with everything you've done, being a career woman, being a mom, being
Well,
a
I never
wife.
thought I was an inspiration, but that's
You
nice.
definitely are. But growing up, who inspired you?
My mom.
Okay.
I've always looked up to my mom, her dress style, her fashion sense. She was always quite a fashionista.
Okay.
She's grown old, but I looked up to her. She's a strong woman. She's had her own struggles,
Okay.
and how she's managed to come out of them. She's someone that I just totally admire. And of course, Oprah Winfrey.
Me too. Oprah is the mother of mothers. Like, she tweeted me once, by the way.
Oh
She
my
said thank you to me. I just wanted to put that out there.
Wow.
But yeah, Oprah
Wow.
is definitely an inspiration.
Yeah.
And for young girls who are watching,
Yeah.
who aspire to be like you in the media world,
Yeah,
also being a mom,
yeah.
what advice would you give them?
I would say go the extra mile always. Do not be limited by what you were taught in school. Go on the internet and read.
Okay.
Study about your area,
Right.
your career. I would say do not be limited by what qualifications you have. The role I'm playing at Global Media Alliance is totally different from what I played at ETV.
Yes.
At ETV, I was programs manager, I was acting general manager for some time as quality assurance.
Right.
I have so many different qualifications that I can choose which way I want to grow,
Right.
but within the media industry.
Okay, because I know they say don't throw all your eggs in one basket, or
Yeah.
don't. They also say, what's that saying where you just are doing everything and you know.
Don't be a jack of all trades
Exactly.
and master of none.
Right.
So I've always made sure that in my industry, I see how I want it to develop. You should have a 5-year plan.
Okay.
Because I knew that a day would come where I can't be in Sri Lanka for 2 months working on a production.
Right.
Where I knew I can't be in Pakistan. I can't be in the UAE on production. That
Right.
time will come where I have to be in the office.
Yes.
So I must get ready for that time where I'm no longer technical
Okay.
and running around in a production.
Right.
Where I have oversight over everything. So I should study and prepare myself for those roles and look for those roles.
Right.
You know, so I think you should study, look at your dream job, see what qualifications are required for that thing, and
Right.
start to study towards attaining them.
Okay.
And then, you know,
It will happen.
yeah, it
Okay.
will happen.
So now, on a lighter note, you are not Ghanaian, as you stated. You moved back because your husband is Ghanaian. What do you love about my Ghana?
Food, food, and food.
Okay, so what's your favorite Ghanaian dish?
Anything that has fried plantain on it,
Oh, really?
I will eat it.
Really?
Yeah, I like plantain. We don't have these things back home. I like jollof. I like wache. I like kenke.
You like it all.
I like everything. And of course, what I love about Ghana is the appreciation of the African, being African, that African print, that, you know, I love that because I
Right.
come from a place where you should dress formal, Western style, and if you make clothes at home, it's a sign of poverty.
Right.
Whereas in Ghana, people are taught to be creative.
Yes.
You buy your cloth and you come up with a design.
Yes.
That is a beautiful thing.
Right.
And I love that.
And how has it been being here? Because you have, besides your husband, you don't have family here.
Yeah.
So quickly adapting to Ghana.
Yeah, well, it's not been easy, but I get along pretty. I make friends quickly,
Okay.
so I've got fantastic friends.
Okay.
Fati,
Yes, Fati, she was on last season.
Rosemond Aite, you know, Sophia Latte.
You're giving all the shout outs today.
Those are my like closest buddies.
Okay.
So I've made good friends.
That's
It's not
good.
been easy adapting. It's totally different from
And I have to
Zimbabwe.
agree, because me coming from
Yeah.
New York, I'm still trying to adapt. I'm still making friends, realizing who's not your friend.
That's another thing,
Yeah.
because not everybody who speaks Christianese is a Christian.
Yes.
I've learned that in Ghana, so now I'm more careful.
Right, I agree, because like I said, me being back from New York,
Yeah.
it has been a roller coaster ride. And 2 years in, I'm
Imagine.
still
On
I'm
a
still
roller
learning.
coaster?
Yeah.
Slower though.
But it's all good.
Yeah.
But thank you so much, Nosisa Doe.
Thank you
And
so-
courtesy of Printex,
Wow.
I have a gift for you.
Thank
I
you,
hope-
Printex.
And you were speaking of like cloth, so hopefully you make an amazing outfit
Oh,
with this
lovely.
Printex fabric.
Thank you so much, Vanessa.
Thank
you so
you.
much, Printex.
Yay!
Let me look at it.
Yes,
Let
look
me
at it
check
really
out.
quickly.
Oh, wow.
Do you love it?
Wow, I love it.
Thank
It's
you.
fantastic.
So thank you again to Mrs. Doe for this inspiring story that she told. Like I said, she is definitely an inspiration, not only for me, not only for you, but for women all across the world. Thank you for tuning in to Sincerely V. I am Vanessa Jan. Real women, real voices.